but it's not even. Yeah. What's this one? What's the thumbnail on this? Bear with me, guys. This thing's it's doing what it wants to do, man. How y'all doing tonight? Okay. Started a whole new stream. All right. Anyway, you guys see the highlight. You know what I mean? You see what we're talking about. Tonight we're talking about Sigmas, handling Sigma business. I'll figure out this other crap some other time. Could care less. You know what I'm saying? As long as you guys can see me, we'll figure it out. Why it started a new stream a different time. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I don't like normally doing lives on Saturday nights, but seeing as how we are monetized completely now, I want to say a big shout out and thank you to all the Sigmas out there for making this happen. Record breaking time. It goes to show when men start working together, building, things happen. We don't just talk about it. We get it done. Hope the audio is good. You guys leave me a 1 in the chat if the audio is good. If there's anybody in here, when someone does get in here, we'll ask again. No, I can hear it myself. We're at the big 1K. You guys are still growing. We have the watch hours, and we're completely monetized. I'm going to start building merch, so expect that to come soon. And I'm not going to give you some cruddy run-the-mill. You guys know I'm all about expressing myself through what I wear. So you guys are going to get some dope merch, man. And, I'm going to be able to bring in merch from the main channel, the tarot channel. So it's going to be a bunch of different stuff in there for just about everybody. We've got 15% women in here now, so I'll make sure there's some merch in there for them too. But we're growing and we're showing, and this video is just kind of just a thank you video to all my subscribers, my soul tribe out there that made this possible. We're monetized, and now the Narc Bully channel is the front runner for all of my YouTube channels. So that wouldn't be possible if you guys didn't do what you did. So again, I greatly appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all the Narc Bullies out there that work together. They got this channel monetized in record-breaking time. Got me motivated to bring up my other channels. But we move in silence, so we're not going to talk too much about that. Okay? That being said, bring this up over. Huh? Let's check on things real quick. Yeah, it's still there. All right. So we all know what happened, right? We know that Jeezy has decided to leave, file for divorce, exit stage left. In Sigma fashion. Not on TV doing too much, not saying too much, just, we hear. He's getting up out of there. Look, I got a couple of videos, from a couple different content creators, who's breaking it down to a deeper level than I am. But the main level that I want to point out is Sigmas are doing what's needed. We're not staying in bad relationships. We're not just accepting, oh, we're done. We have this woman who changed up on us, which 9 times out of 10, they were narcissists. I'm not saying that this woman is. I'm not throwing the N-word out there on her. I know how people are real sensitive about the N-word nowadays. Doggone narcissist will become the new N-word. So let's just say she has some traits. Triangulation, running to others to be your conscious, telling everybody your business, using her husband like a fetishized African. I don't know what she believes in because she said that she prefers European men. So I don't know what she was doing, but it's a lot of that being done nowadays. So we're not going to overlook that. We're not going to overlook that. Excuse me. Apple cider vinegar water. It's rough. Things have to be done. But look, let's talk about it. Jeannie Mai's out here, you know, going on her talk show, talking about her relationships, trying to get in where she can fit in. Let's be real. Can we be real? You know what I'm saying? Can we be the real? Man, I love my job. But look, she's out here going on shows, talking about this and that. And it really just seems like she's doing it for, you know, some kind of talking point or for the theatrics of it, you know. And then behind closed doors, I heard that she was like moving the whole family in on a Sigma male. A Sigma barely wants to live with you, let alone the whole family. Are you crazy? Things are getting out of control. You know, women have decided, you know what? Not only are you guys going to serve us, but, you know, you're going to serve the family. We're going to let the whole family in. We're going to let the talk show in. We're going to let everybody know what's going on, right? While not taking care of what needs to be taken care of at home. Because, listen, you know, if he was happy, he wouldn't be moving like this. You know what I'm saying? If there was some major infidelity going on, we'd have heard about it, right? And I'm not saying that he went into it getting a prenup knowing that this is a possibility, but he went into it knowing this is a possibility. Sigma move. Salute. Salute. Sigma move. Without a doubt. Without a doubt. And looking at these videos I've seen of Jeannie Ma and some of the past trauma she's had when she was a child and the way her mother kind of runs things. 'Cause I'm tell you right now, those overbearing mothers, these inappropriate relationships that these women have with their mothers, we can smell that a mile away, and we already know. We can see the writing on the wall. We don't have to have somebody club us over the head or, you know, poison us or anything. You know, you start seeing that mom moving a certain way, and you see that daughter ain't giving enough pushback, and then it's like, oh, she's welcoming it. Nah. Because at that point, you're dating the whole family, man. And that mother getting involved. Ugh. It's a nightmare. It's a nightmare. Let's see what's going on in the chat. Listen. Tonight we're going to talk about Sigma's doing. And listen, you guys know what I had to do. I mean, I feel like I've been the muse and the inspiration for a lot of guys. I'm just going to say because, you know, I caught mine cheating and I just skedaddled. I didn't talk to her. We didn't have to have communication. See, when you let a narc start talking, that's when they'll start, you know, gaslighting you, having you question your reality. And the best thing to do is not let them talk. You know, that way they'll lie to look at you straight. They'll lie, forget what they lied about, and, you know, just trying to do what they got to do. They will lie, and they will say you talking about crocodile tears, you're talking about bringing up things, guilt trips, whatever. Best thing to do, get away from them, cut them off. Just cut them off, you know. And that's what seems like was done over here. You know, like my man decided he got better things to do in life than sit around and deal with this lady. Now, I got 3 different perspectives, right? I have Danica Marie, who, you know, is an advocate for men and marriage. She's married. So far, so good. She don't seem like she's really, you know, throwing out any bad advice. I also have, what is his name? Anthony Spade, right? What is his name? Yeah. Anthony Spade. This dude, you know, he claims to be a Sigma. I haven't really vetted him that much, but, you know, I don't know. We'll see, right? And then we have an Alpha, you know what I'm saying? A book, Alpharonomy, and we're going to see what he says, right? From an Alpha's perspective. So we're gonna have three different perspectives on here, and we're not gonna listen to too much from too. Well, we might. I don't know. I plan on letting this run for about an hour, and I got on here late, so we're gonna go through each one. We'll start with Anthony Spade first. Danica Marie, Miss Danica, Miss Riz, whatever, Danica Marie in the middle, and then the Alpha on the end. Because that dude, that Book of Alpha guy, he's funny, man. I mean, he's like I'm like a pimp type dude. So, we'll finish off with that. But it's three different perspectives, but it's pretty much all agreeing on the same thing that, she messed up. She let her family get too involved. I don't even know if she really is married in the sense of doing it for. It just seems like some people get married for the optics. You know what I mean? Like that, and a lot of guys who are awakened, man, you know what I mean? Like we can sense it, we can see it. And Jeezy, man, let's be real. A lot of us been waiting on a new Jeezy album, man. I'm telling you right now, we're gonna probably get it. We're gonna probably get it. Let's be real. We're gonna probably get it because look at it, man. I mean, he's back out. You know what I mean? Once some dust settles. But yeah, listen, I know I am. You know what I mean? I miss those classics like Put On and things like that, man. So we'll get some new Jeezy music, probably better than ever, man. Right? So there's a lot of good coming out of this. But whatever happened. If he decided to leave, then I ride with him on it. He's probably made a base decision on it. You know what I'm saying? So he's taken in a bunch of different variables. He's thought about it, and you know what I'm saying? Because most of the time the guy's gonna be on the losing end. So if he's decided to leave, then it's definitely after some major thinking. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, no further ado. Oh, man, my headphones, y'all. I got them on the charger. I'm gonna go get my headphones. Don't go anywhere. We got in here. I only got like one person here. Welcome. Listen, I appreciate you. There's gonna be some content being shown in a minute. I gotta get my headphones. Hang on for a second. I'll be right back. See what this dude's talking about. Turn that music off. I don't get copyright. Gotta have that going. Oh, was that going the whole time? This whole thing might be copyrighted, man. I did not know that music was going on the entire time. This thing's gonna probably get a copyright strike. Ah well. Fair use. Okay, that's a good point to start at. Yep. See, things aren't always what they seem. You know what I'm saying? Seems to be great on the outside. She's doing everything needed to make the appearance of a great marriage, but according to the husband, nope. This isn't what it is. It really just seems like, she does everything for the optics. Like it. I've always said, like, women that do a lot of talking, you know, it's just, you don't, if you have something really good to say, you shouldn't have to do so much talking. And it shouldn't be so loud. So, I don't know. I don't know. To me, it just seems like every relationship she's in, she likes doing it, you know, for the celebrity of it. It doesn't really seem like she's really in it. I think she has such a great relationship with her family that she really doesn't even care who she's with like that. Really. He's right about that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Anthony Spade. He's right about that, right? Um, they start competing with each other or competing with you to, you know what I'm saying? I guess prove their point. They feel like they're not going to fold or whatever, but they're not letting us know that they're doing that competition. And they're not letting us know that they feel like they're having a fold. Like while this is going on, it's not like they're voicing to us, yeah, I feel like they're not telling us nothing. They're just maybe voicing to their inner circle, who may be family and friends, but not to the spouse. When you're in these kind of narcissistic type of relationships, they're just like making these moves, and like you don't know where it's coming from. Whenever you're trying to talk to them, they'll have a bunch of talking points, but not really try to get down to, you know, what's really going on, where's the distance, why they're moving the way they're moving. And then if you ever, were to find out that they were talking to their friends and family on some grave detail about how they feel like they have to do this and that, and they feel smothered or they feel, you know, communication, but I don't really think that they really want to communicate. I think they just want to the optics of the relationship, and then kind of just have their own little, other life. Well, it's just my opinion. And again, when a lot of people were like talking to me, can you hear me at all? Hang on, let me find out. Let me see if his audio is working. Hmm. That's a good thing though, in a way, because I had that rain music playing too. I did not want that playing. Um, that's a good thing though, in a way, because I had that rain music playing too. I did not want that playing. Um, that's a good thing though, in a way, because I had that rain music playing too. I did not want that playing.
Think that after a while he started realizing like all this baby stuff is think that after a while he started realizing like all this baby stuff is
Bear with me. Bear with me. Yeah, y'all, look, I'm gonna have to work on this audio, man. I hear this high pitch on this thing now. I'm gonna shut this down and bring it back up, man. Let's try it now.
That's her last step to say, Jeezy, look, okay, I'll be good. Okay, I'll be good. Don't leave. I'll be good. But Jeezy already know, like, you keep doing this in spurts. You keep acting like a good mom in spurts. You keep acting like you're traditional in spurts. When it's all said and done, all you're going to do is fall back into this feminine. I'll be good. But Jeezy already know, like, you keep doing this in spurts. You keep acting like a good mom in spurts. You keep acting like you're traditional in spurts. When it's all said and done, all you're going to do is fall back into this feminine.
Okay, how about now? They're still talking. All right. So we'll just let him play from there. I'm gonna run it back a little. No, you know, I'll run it back a little bit. Let us talk a little bit of stuff.
You have to understand, she's never been taught to be a wife. She's never been taught to be a mom. She's never been taught to be traditional. Growing up in the United States and coming from Korea and then having a childhood that she had, you know, she was an immigrant. You know, they pay attention to those things. You know, it's like, oh, I come from a hard background. Everybody always uses their childhood to have animosity as an adult. That's where life tricks you.
In that year, you have red flags if it's not going to work.
It was just a reality check.
Being who put all of his hope into trying to make it work, so you gotta try.
Started figuring out, like, man, you might be.
Audio check. Let me know if you can hear. Fendi, if you're still here, let me know. Put a 1 in the chat if the audio sounds good from me and also from the video. You know, let me know something. I also have my phone right here so I can check it myself. But I appreciate the participation, you guys. So just, you know, if you can, put a 1 in the chat.
Be the only real person in this situation. Now you like, damn, I'm by myself.
It looks like Jeannie Mae is going to go through a nasty divorce routine again because her marriage to rapper Young Jeezy is officially falling apart. It's been reported that Jeezy has filed for divorce only 25 years after tying the knot, and he doesn't believe him and Jeannie can work. Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Celeb Live Channel. It all seemed amazing for this couple, and fans couldn't be happier for these two finding and supporting each other through all the highs and lows. But now, Jeezy is saying he's had enough of this union.
You know, just because we didn't have the proper tools, we don't even get along to this very day.
Apparently, behind the seemingly peaceful facade of their marriage, there were dark shadows of misunderstanding.
Yeah, like I was saying, I appreciate it, Fendi. You know what I mean? And again, you guys, you old school subscribers, man, I got some merch coming for you guys, man. I'm going to send some stuff out to you guys, man, you know what I mean, for being there for me from the other channel. But you know what? They're saying, like Jeezy just said, they don't have the tools to this day to get along, so they never did. A lust wore off, and he came to the realization, I can't even talk to this woman. Like, this woman's out here talking to everybody else but me. And again, he doesn't seem like he's not a rational person. He's always been growing throughout his career. He never stayed a rapper or nothing like that. And even when he was, he moved smart. So he knows what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? And if he don't want to get back together like the same way I am, he knows that it's like, it's too far gone. There's nothing there. She's too stuck in her ways. When you know, you know. And you got to have the sense enough to just move on and let it go. Got to.
Lurking. And Jeezy was the first to notice the growing distance between him and his spouse, and as he mentioned in his filing, there's no hope for reconciliation. Now, let's get into the details of the story because, believe me, guys,
man, that sounds like something that a guy would say that's like making a irrational decision off a whim. No, he's thought about it. Like, he's already, we can't reconcile. This is done. It's over. They're doing too much nowadays, man. And again, they have these fake facade relationships where they think they can just satisfy us sexually, but they're giving more of themselves to everybody else. You know what I'm saying? And you can feel that emptiness, you know, and they end up coming home and needing to drain you to go back out and give all of themselves to everybody else for the facade and the mask. It's just not worth it, man. And a lot of guys are waking up to this is not what a relationship or a marriage is supposed to be. It's supposed to be reciprocated. She's supposed to recharge me like I recharge her. You know, but men don't normally like file for divorce, especially after having a kid. Come on now.
Guys, there's actually a lot to tell. First of all, the news about divorce could have come as a shocker to Jeannie since she recently celebrated her soon-to-be ex's book and his accomplishments on a heartfelt Instagram post just 10 days ago. Though their union was very short-lived, and the couple has been together only for 5 years, 2 of them, as a married couple, they actually looked happy and solid. Now, this news came as a shocker to many people, and of course, the social media exploded with speculations of what could have happened between them.
Triggering him. So through work, we learned that we both have certain habits that to the everyday person, from friends, family, fans, they'll never see it.
It comes to both of them having work ethics, I understand that. But what Jeannie messed up at is you became a competitor in your own relationship. And this is one of the biggest mistakes that a lot of women make who are in that feminist and I have something to prove. They make a lot of mistakes by competing with their spouse, trying to prove to their spouse, look, I can do this. I'm not going to fold for you. You have to fold for me. I'm not going to stop what I'm doing. See,
you know, a lot of this isn't talked about. I don't know why, but this competing thing that these spouses do, I don't know. This is not talked about enough. I'm gonna start making videos about this. My ex did this. It was a constant trying to, if you're upgrading, I gotta upgrade. And I could feel the competition. And you know, I've never been a competing person, but my best friend, he's very competitive. So I would talk to him. He'd be like, well, you know, some people are just, you know, friendly competition. And I'm like, well, you know, it seems kind of weird, you know, but she's really they'll build up animosity towards you also. You know, you have to be really careful out here because these women, man, they just, man, you know what? That's even deeper. But you're right. As a collective, we've evolved beyond their I'm trying to be nice about it, but they're most of their mental state right now. But you know, because society has propped them up, you know, through all this materialistic stuff and telling them that their womb is this and that and the third. But, you know, how is that womb even usable if there's no seed of life? So we're not going to talk about the actual seed of life that's necessary for those wombs to be activated. See, it's all great if they're the portal into this realm, but if the seed is not planted, then there is nothing but a period every month. That's all that there is. So and again, I'm not trying to say that, you know, women don't have a natural intuition, supposed to, but calling themselves Mother Earth, Mother Womb, and, you know, I'm your God and all this stuff. You're not my God. You're Pookie's God. No, Pookie's your God. Matter of fact, how you calling your womb God, but you got baby daddies? So I'm supposed to put more value on your womb than you do? I think's not. You want to be sexually liberated? So you want to throw that womb around, you know, and call it God? And we're supposed... I don't think that these things are being thought through. I think it's kind of like do whatever you want to do, and we'll make it up as we go. I mean, that's what it seems like, but let's keep it going.
Jeezy switched to making money behind the scenes because he didn't want the spotlight anymore. But Jeannie, she switched and became one of the head hosts on The View, so she still had a lot of people watching her during.
Hey, you guys, let me know if the audio is good and you can see me and the content creator. You know what I'm saying? Drop a 1 in the chat if the audio is good for both, if it's not too loud, and you can see the content creator and also see myself in the bottom left. I mean the bottom right. Yeah.
The day. So as she starts to progress as a celebrity, Jeezy is more like, hey, let's take a break back. Let's just.
You see the Sigma in him? Like he went out of his alpha, he ascended, he's in his Sigma, right? So I mean you can look at it like that too. When you're vibrating low, you're in your alpha. You know what I'm saying? But when you're vibrating high, you know what I'm saying, you're in your Sigma. I mean, which means that most alphas can ascend. But what he's talking about, when you take that kind of, I don't need to be in the spotlight as long as the money's right and I'm happy, because you don't, if you want to move in silence and really be happy with your peace, you can't be out in the spotlight all the time, right? So he's taking that Sigma approach, and she's kind of leaning more into this alpha approach, what it seems like. I'm just going to be honest.
Fade to the back.
Again, if you guys can hear the audio good, let me know in the chat. You guys in here that aren't saying anything, you know what I mean? Let your boy know you're not a hater. All right, let's keep it trucking.
Real quick, and I think that's where the confusion came in at, is because she's kind of like, well, you've already reached your celebrity, you've already reached to the point where you have a lot of money that's just making you money. I'm trying to get to there now. But Jeezy is like, well, why would you go have a baby? Why would you go have kids? Why would you get married? After we got married, you're still trying to go to the top. That's why he says there's no reconcile. He don't want to do that. He don't want to work it out, because he sees that she is not programmed to being a mother. You have to understand, he's 45. He's been rich for a very long time and famous. You know how many women he's came across? You know how many feminists he's came across? How many thoughts he's came across? All he's did was just learn faster and faster and faster when he gets to women. His biggest mistake is some of the mistakes that a lot of men make is actually thinking that you're powerful enough to change who she is. And I think that's
okay. I mean, the single guys, shout out to Anthony Spade, but the single guys can always say that because they've never really taken the chance. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to all the men that's taking the chance, because it takes guts to take a chance on a relationship with a woman in these modern times. It's easy to sit back and point fingers and be like, well, a lot of men, and man, yeah, I get it. That's what it is. You know what I mean? But, when you take a chance on a woman in these modern times, it's a huge risk. And I get it. It's easy to say, well, you guys, but look, man, sitting back from the outside and just critiquing, you haven't done anything. This guy, maybe he has had a failed marriage or something. I don't know. He's not talking that kind of way. So if you've had one, right, we're not talking about some Steve Harvey syndrome where you got 2-3 marriages. I'm talking about you got one, you learned your lesson, right, and you know not to go back because you did it. You waited until you were mature enough to get married. You tried it out. It was nothing in it once, because a lot of times women will put a mask on to get you, and depending on how high level a man you are, they'll keep that mask on, and you think they change because they're bored. They did change, but they changed back to the regular person that they are without the mask, not a new person. So that person that they start showing you is the real them with the mask slipping off, right? Because they no longer feel like you're worth carrying that mask for, based off of them running different things by their family members and friends about the relationship, and everybody's turning against you or whatever. So, and they never think like, maybe these women want to ruin me, and so I'll be unhappy like they are. They don't think like that. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate it, Fendi.
That's where he failed at. I think that after a while, he started realizing like all this baby stuff is fake. Think about it. Just last week, she was posting like, oh my God, he has this book. We have a beautiful family. We have that. What does that tell me? That tells me you've been faking. You're living for everybody else. You're trying to do this shit for Instagram posts. You're trying to make your life look like it's good by now pretending to be a great mom when you know your husband's about to leave you. It's kind of like, you ever been dating a girl, right? Let me get back and show some pictures of this movie. You ever been dating a girl and then like she convinced that you're angry and that you're about to break up with her, and then magically she starts acting like the best girlfriend in the world because you're about to leave? Okay, that's what Jenny was doing last week whenever she was on TikTok showing pictures of her family congratulating Jeezy. That's her last step.
I mean, that's one way to look at it too, but it's also like a narcissistic tactic of triangulation. Here's the way I look at it. Like, she's trying to get the people's the public's opinion, you know, in her favor by getting on there and posting up pictures. Also, you know, probably doing what he's talking about, like, you know, this last hurrah. But it's really, you know, because behind closed doors, she knew he was gonna. Well, he's a Sigma. Maybe she didn't know. You know what I mean? But he probably spoke to her. But I mean, it's more than likely trying to just get, you know, public opinion, because Jeezy's so quiet. He's like a Sigma, so he, you know, he's allowing people to make their own opinion about it. Like, he's not out there. And really, what happens with that, just like with me, like with my ex or crazy YouTubers and content creators are making assumptions and putting it out. As long as I kept my head down low and just moved in silence and kept building, whatever they said, you know, would show to be a lie and slander. So, but if I was out there defending myself with everything it was said, it could get all mixed up. Like, well, I don't know. You know, you don't need to defend yourself if you're not lying about anything or you don't have anything to hide. You just keep it moving. You know, let them do whatever they. So getting online and showing, it's kind of like a way to sway the public's opinion, in my opinion.
To say, Jeezy, look, okay, I'll be good. Okay, I'll be good. Don't leave. I'll be good. But Jeezy already know, like, you keep doing this in spurts. You keep acting like a good mom in spurts. You keep acting like you're traditional in spurts. When it's all said and done, all you're going to do is fall back into this feminist mode where you're working hard, you got something to prove, you're angry, and now you're aggressive. And Jeezy's kind of like, bro, I'm rich. I need peace. I need a peace of mind. Like, that's what men want. The older men get, the more peace they want. And I tell dudes all the time, I'm at the point in my life where it's all about peace. It ain't about Rolls Royces, Bentleys, and Ferraris no more. It's about peace, because there's a lot that comes with.
You know the best part about me is a lot of these guys are finding the need to want peace after they've kind of gotten their fame and whatever. I mean, I'm already there before I even get started. So, you know, thank God for that. But yeah, like he's saying, man, we just want our peace. And if Jeezy's 45, he's definitely looking at his legacy, longevity. He's got a daughter. He might want some sons, but he could be with whoever he wants. He just thought about it like, yeah, I'm the prize, man. Like, I don't need to be with this woman that's like going in, like let her go and let her go through her career thing that she's doing, live her little life, not little, but live her life. But I'm beyond that, man. I'm kind of like trying to make moves in the background, do a little bit, but maintain my peace and not have all my business out in social media, you know, more than the woman's even talking to him.
The flashy lifestyle and all that. You don't want fake people around you. And that's where Jeezy has reached. He's reached to the point where he's saying, listen, I just want to be peaceful. But now that I found peace in real life, I thought you were going to be the one that come in my life and add on more peace, and you didn't. You created more aggravation. Once a man finds his peace, no woman can aggravate you. I'm letting you know that right now. No woman can aggravate you. And the reason why she started aggravating him the most is because he married her. She was acting good, Jeezy, before you married her. Once you married her, she flipped. Why? Because the game was over now. Remember, I tell you guys, women love chasing something more than they do the fairy tale. The fairy tale, once it's given to them, they actually start to hate the man. It's that simple. So hopefully you guys are learning from this situation. Just to you.
In the world did Jenny Ma do to Jeezy? His wording in his divorce filing is really strong. What in the world did Jenny Ma do to Jeezy? His wording in his divorce filing is really strong. It says the couple is in a bona fide state of separation and that their marriage is irretrievably broken with no hope of reconciliation. What do you guys think happened?
Christian says she has a temper. She said things she can't take back.
Let me tell you something. These women, these narcissists behind closed doors, they say some stuff, and it's stuff you can't take back. It's some stuff that they can't take back. And they think, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know what they think, because they're getting these harsh wake up calls. I don't really think they think about it at all. Like, I really think that they think that just because they're throwing some woo on us, that I think that's what it is. Because it can't be nothing else. Because it's like, what makes you think that you so special that I'm going to just deal with all this crazy talking and stuff? Like, they'll do stuff and say things to get you completely out of your energy, man. Trying to get you to yell, trying to get you to talk over each other, screaming. They do all kind of crazy things, man. You know, so the best thing to do is to leave. You know what I mean? No arguing with these people. You got to go.
And he had enough. I agree with that. I think that that's more truthful than anything. I think that she did get to run in her mouth. And in the process of running her mouth, she not realizing Jeezy wasn't that weak dude that she was married to before. Just because he got around your friends and played the role in Hollywood, ha ha ha. And
See, that's that Sigma stuff right there, y'all. You know what I mean? We move in silence. And for some reason, a lot of women mistake moving in silence and being kind of quiet with being timid and weak. And that's not the case. It's not the case. We're just not going to just exert that kind of energy yelling. And why am I going to let you get me outside of my frame like that? Just to give you what you want, which is, you know, me trying to dominate you through. I'm not doing all that stuff. If my energy alone don't say enough, I'm not sitting here wasted, because that's just a waste of time to have to keep doing that. You know what I'm saying? You got to pay attention to that kind of stuff. I'm not dealing with that kind of shit.
Snapped a couple photos. Y'all had the kids for the tabloids. He wasn't about to adjust. And I think that she couldn't take that, because why? Feminist women hate being proved wrong. Somebody like Jeezy is going to prove her wrong.
I tell you what, man, everything he says, like not taking a chance with marriage or whatever, I don't believe in that. I mean, you ain't done it once. At least, you know, give it a shot once. But this kind of stuff right here, these, you know, you call them feminists, narcissists, whatever, they can't stand being wrong. So these people, it doesn't matter how they feel, they will bury it, and they will try to come across as if everything's fine. And they are so worried about what people think that they will destroy everything and try to conceal every ounce of emotion to try to come across a certain kind of way, just to maintain this appearance of something to a bunch of nobodies that they're never going to spend the rest of their life with. It's weird and it's sad, but it's true.
He's going to show her that, you know what I mean? Like, your knowledge just isn't there. Like, you're not going to get me to adapt. I'm just as rich as you, even more. Francis Edwards says, I am the only one that thinks that it may be her mother being all in a business that could be the reason why. It could be her mom. You know, if
That's most definitely your mom. But we're going to switch on over to, you know, we'll go ahead and jump right out to
who has no heart that can connect. So when I say a woman doesn't have a heart, I mean, yes, she has a heart. She has the...
Now, BOA here, you know, he's mainly focusing on the mother aspect of it, which is very important. Those narcissistic mothers are a vital reason for the chaos. But again, I mean, we're all adults. So you know, you can only put so much, you know, but the trauma was created by the mother. The trauma bond was created. And you think you're getting somebody that's completely self-sufficient until you realize they cannot be separated from that parent. Most of the time it's a mother that caused them the trauma in the first place. And if you pull them away from them, or if you're trying to create distance, it, you know what I'm saying, this rubber band effect, you know, and they both try to end up hating you by the end of it. So definitely understand what happened here. This is triangulation, you guys. Yeah, it can happen, man. It can happen.
To love something. She may love her children. She may love her family. But she can't connect. She doesn't have enough left to connect, because she feels like connections, emotional connections, spiritual connections. If you connect with the wrong person, then you're going to be destroyed like she is, and she can't trust anyone else.
Shine. You taught me how to talk to people, relate to people. You taught me how to do my makeup, how to put on.
That's really important. Let's
connect, because she feels who has no heart that can connect.
Mama Mai. She taught me how to.
That she's about to talk about what happened to her when she was a kid. The things that planted the seed to make her the type of woman who has no heart that can connect. So when I say a woman doesn't have a heart, I mean, yes, she has a heart. She has to love something. She may love her children. She may love her family. But she can't connect. She doesn't have enough left to connect, because she feels like connections, emotional connections, spiritual connections. If you connect with the wrong person, then you're going to be destroyed like she is, and she can't trust anyone else.
Shine. You taught me.
That's deep right there, and that's how narcissism works. You know what I'm saying? In his own words, I mean, because they're scared to connect with someone because they're scared to get hurt on some deep level. So they have these superficial connections, and they're always wearing a mask to make sure they don't lose anybody. And they kind of need their connection like articles of clothing. And that's why whenever they lose somebody, they like freak out and weird out, you know, because they feel like somebody took their clothes from them or whatever. But the connections they make are not like a love is supposed to be type of connection. It's a weird type of love, a kind of love that they can go back and forth, break up with, cheat on, you know, have other partners, be inside of them or whatever. And well, he's surprised with the mom, but I'm talking about like directly with the person you're with. And then still feel like y'all still kind of what belong to each other, belong with each other, but they never will have a connection with anybody the same way they have the connection with the parent that caused the trauma in the first place. It's a weird relationship regardless, you know what I'm saying?
Taught me how to talk to people, relate to people, taught me how to do my makeup, how to put on my clothes and wear bright colors. When my second brother was born, there were 3 kids in the house now. Mom and I had to take on a second job. So she became very busy. We needed to find a babysitter. So we called upon a family member. This family member came over every single day and stayed with me after school and became a really cool, iconic person in my life. This person was about 16, 17, and I was 9.
You saw the look her mama gave her. Huh?
I remember dyeing my hair black because of this person, listening to The Cure. If you can imagine, like, being about 9 years old at that time, you're just super impressionable and everything cool.
I bet, you see how vivid this is in her mind? Listen how vivid this is in her mind. This is probably just as vivid or more vivid than her relationship with Jeezy. She's able to go back and she's just reliving it. She's reliving it. You can't be in a relationship with somebody that has memories, traumatizing memories that are like embedded in their mind that they can relive and fall back into the moment like she's doing. You know, like you can't do nothing with that. You know, like you know, for example, my ex, like when she would bring up certain things, it was too much. It was like too in that moment. Like it was too, I can bring up stuff from my past, like childhood or whatever, but I'm gonna bring up good memories, but it's not gonna be like my eyes glaze over and, you know, like this woman is right here and she's reliving the moment and the energy of it from that time. I mean, it's really deep on her. So it's hard. You can't shake that, man. You can't shake this stuff.
Cool from skateboarding. Mama, you're...
My phone.
Really?
Yeah, I told somebody to turn it up. Why did you turn it on?
Mom, you turn... Anyway.
Now let me tell y'all something, man. I want y'all to understand, and I want all of y'all to know, never leave your little girl around boys of a certain age. I don't care who they are. If you got kids that have a huge gap between them like that, 16, 9, that means that when the 16-year-old was 9, the 9-year-old was 2. That type of gap, or even a gap smaller than that, you never allow teenage boys around your daughters.
I agree with him on that point. You know, you shouldn't be allowing like teenage boys around your daughters. Period. You know what I mean? Period.
At any time. I'm talking about even their cousins. You never leave them unattended, because you and I know can be so strong that if your family isn't based in the Most High and you have no spiritual strength, then your lust and your demons and deviations will ruin you. They will lead you. If you have no connection with the Most High, then everything around you that feels good, looks good, tastes good, sound good, smell good, you are going to be.
Yeah, he's talking about people giving into their demons and doing some sinful stuff. But we're gonna, you know, we're not gonna try to get too deep into what happened to her when she was a kid.
Led like a always protect your seed.
Really looked up to this family member who was babysitting me. We became very close. And I just remember one day, this person sitting really close to me, we were playing video games, and he started to touch my thigh. And I just remember the whole time I keep thinking, this is my family member. I know him like this. I've known him for this long. He's taught me this. He's allowed in my house. This is cool. This is
deep. And I don't know if she ever really opened up to Jeezy like this, and a lot of times they don't. But sometimes they do a little bit. And when you see it, it's always like this. It's always like they're reliving the moment. They always zone out and just go through the details of it like there's nobody around them. You know, it's always like that. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, these are really traumatizing experiences that need a lot of therapy, and they don't get it. And then they just run around with this unhealed trauma. And anyone that's not going through it can see it, but they can't see it, you know, and they don't want to get any help about it. And it'd be different if they were just on their own, but they be wanting to marry people and be in relationships with people and chase dudes down and stuff.
Okay. And I also was just stunned because I've never been intimately touched like that. So I couldn't tell if it was wrong. I just knew I
don't get too deep in that.
Taking off some of my clothes. Still 9 years old. I remember him telling me to touch him in certain ways. When I picture it, I just see
okay, we
my
get
mom
the gist
bought
of
for
it.
me.
I don't want to.
And this happened every day for a few weeks, and then it turned into months. And I remember 1 year going by.
You see how it's impossible for you to complain at people dissecting your life. Like, how can you live a life where you actively want people to dissect your life, your personal life, where you drag your family through it and all of that? Where, yes, somebody could dig and dig and dig, but you offer it to them freely. So your life is based on creating a response to the things that you let the world know about you. Let me tell you something, boy. Any woman who want to live that life would do anything for the bag. Even marry a man she ain't interested in.
He's cutting deep. Look, he is taking no prisoners, man. He's taking no prisoners. He's saying what we want to really say. And this is the alpha. He's saying we want to really say that, because remember, she said in one of her interviews that she prefers European men. But if it's popular and trending, which you see a lot of women doing this right now, you know, fetishize black men a little bit and then kind of like marry one to kind of be down or hip or in trending, because she's really into trending and stuff like that. So, you know, she did what she felt like she needed to do, you know, just to have stories and be able to be in the limelight. You know, that's my perspective. I mean, I believe that to be so, man. It's like what he's hitting around too, because, yeah, let's be real. She said that she prefers such and such, and she prefers only black guys, like a play toy type of thing, like a side thing. So, you know what I mean? And then the way that she's, you know, when her mom's phone rang and she was like, Mom, I mean, come on. Like, come on, man. Like, this person loves being on camera. Everything it seemed like she loves it. I could see that getting on my nerves. I could see that getting on my nerves too. Let's continue.
For the bag. Even be with a man she's only with so she can feel better about herself. You got to think about this. Around that time, she was on Dancing with the Stars. She hurt her leg. She broke her leg, or broke her ankle.
Fair use, fair use. You guys also remember, hit the like button if you're in here. You know what I'm saying? Do me a favor. If everything sounds good, you know, put a 1 in the chat, or somebody put a 1 in the chat. Let me know everything still sounds good. Appreciate you.
Or something. So that put her down in the dumps, because you got to think about it. She was in a position where one more child made her mama had to work 2 jobs. Now, at that point, y'all hold on for a minute, man. She was just at a point where one more child in the house, 3 children, made her mama had to work 2 jobs, and her dad was already in the house now. I want you to think about that. So I want y'all to understand this. It was, her dad must have already had 2 jobs. The reality is, I'm gonna be honest with you, worst case scenario, she grew up in a home with a single mom. And you know what? I think that's what happened, man. Maybe she grew up in a home with a single mom. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I'm not gonna do that much research into nobody's life. You understand? If I don't find the facts as I'm piling my story together, you know what I'm saying? And I mean, I don't dig into people's life, because I'm not gonna tell you nothing about nobody's personal life. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna tell you nothing. There's nothing we can do by exposing something about somebody's life that they ain't never told. Nothing we can do about, we cannot benefit from doxing anyone in any kind of way. You know what I'm saying? There's no benefit we can get from that. So and there's no lesson in doxing. Their personal information, there's no lesson in that. There's a lesson in the mistakes people make in public, and show the world their mistakes and end up getting the ending that happens when you make a bad decision. There's a lesson in anybody who's going to share. So I really applaud these people sometimes for being open about things, because that gives a whole lot of lessons that people can learn. Because if you don't have examples around you to see anything that I say, then to you it's just going to be me talking. You're not going to know what it looks like. So I point out these situations to give you an example of what it looks like, to give you an example of how it develops from early on, to give you an example of how you can live life with your eyes in a world where you are just accepting things that you shouldn't accept. Stop living in that world. As you get older, man, you don't have to accept getting sick. You don't have to accept diabetes. You don't have to accept heart disease. You don't have to accept any of those things. You can live a life that avoids those things or gives you a great chance of avoiding those things. Let's finish this, man.
Things that made me afraid of making you angry at me. He would say things like, which is like, your mom's gonna hit you if you talk about.
Yeah, like she's going in. Like, okay, so this, from this perspective, you know, it's about her childhood trauma and dealing with, and you hear what she's talking about. So there's a lot. It's a lot to deal with, and it seems like she might still need some healing from it, and going into new relationships with this. And I don't know though. Some people get online and I don't know. Maybe she's gotten healing from it, and she's online doing it for whatever. I don't know. You know what I mean? But with the way the divorces are going and stuff like that, it kind of seems like there's some trauma that needs to be healed.
About the family. Or không ai tin đâu. Nhiều người nghĩ là con gái điên lắm.
I mean, it seems like the way she talks about it, it's feel like, you know, I'm empath. It's dragging me into the moment, man. I got to fast forward it through this. I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? Like, she's very much so, it seems like to me, going back to that moment, and it's fresh in her mind. You know, not saying that it's not going to be, I'm just saying, like, with that, you know, we have to start taking some, like, I'm celibate right now, healing myself up before I get in. We have to take some accountability, do what's needed, so that we're not projecting that onto somebody or guarding ourselves in a certain kind of way and not opening up to somebody that we claim we want to be with because of, you know, previous traumas that we haven't gotten over or we still need to heal from. Just keep it trucking.
Just like, nobody's gonna believe you. People think little girls like you are crazy. I would just come home and go to my room, and I just kind of knew that he would come in at some point. I don't want to stay at home with him anymore. Please stay home with me. I remember you were confused. I think you thought we were fighting, like kids fighting, right? That's what I thought. Do you remember this?
And Mom looks kind of cold right now about it, so I don't know. But look, we're not going to press too much. I'm gonna, you know, fast forward to some heavy stuff.
Rare. It's very rare that a woman who has 3 kids in the house and she's by herself, that all of those kids are from one father. It's just rare. It's the same thing. A man who doesn't have a wife but has 3 kids, is rare that those 3 kids are from one father. It's just rare. All of us. You know what I'm saying? Understand. A woman's freedom has nothing to do with you. Nothing to do with you. Her freedom is based on the society she's in, saying, you know what, woman, no matter what you do, you're free. You are free to do whatever you want to do, because we're going to make sure that you ain't got to lock yourself down to no man that's going to make you a better version of yourself. You ain't got to lock yourself down to a man that if you follow him, he going to put you in a position where we can't rely on you to be, you know, a mental slave to, you know, a financial slave to what we have going on in this society. Then we need to keep you away from that. So we need to let him share his wisdom with other men. We don't care what they know. We already know we ain't gonna get them. Listen, just like the devil know a woman's mind, a woman's idle mind.
Hey, what's going on, Reggie? Salute. What's going on, big dog? Yeah, man. You know what I mean? Like, we as adults, and because, you know, and I've gone through a lot of stuff, but the reason why I do what I do is to show no matter what you go through, you know, I've been through war. I was engaged while I was in Iraq, and chick cheated on me, and back then I made the mistake of asking her what she did, and she told me in detail. Never again. Reason why I didn't want this ex telling me anything, right? we learn to grow. We're not supposed to stay there and be in a mind, a mental trap and just relive that trauma. And then, while you're going through that trauma, that whoever you end up with, you're projecting onto them. I mean, I remember when I was trying to heal from multiple situations, I ended up dating somebody, and I've even had women tell me stuff like, I want to help you heal. You know what I'm saying? Like, just dragging them into my mess, and they felt bad. I just want to help you heal over this chick and da 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 da. So I don't want to do stuff like that this time, right? And I didn't. And as adults, especially if you're out of your 20s, man, even your late 20s, but definitely out of your 20s and your 30s, you shouldn't drag other people into your trauma. Like, you need, if you're able to recall it like that, and you're able to see it, or someone's pointed out to you, then you need to do what's needed to do your best to heal, be your best version, so you can present that version to people wholeheartedly and not be wearing a mask to fool people into thinking that you're something else, right? And something else, gentlemen, remember this. There's a lot of women out there that's watching you right now, and if they're watching you and they feel like they got to give you advice or criticism, or they feel like you're not interpreting whatever it is that they're trying to give you the right kind of way, and they start acting funny, let them go. Don't hold on to there. That's weird. Okay. You don't know what's going on in her head. You don't know why she's putting so much onto you, and you don't know why she, you know what I'm saying? Just let it go. It's a little sidebar, but I wanted to put that in there.
Is a playground. He ain't even got to bring no lunch. He go out there and play and run around and just run all kind of circles around him. Have him doing all type of things, living all type of life, looking at all type of things is positive. You know what I'm saying? All in the craft, all in all these other things. But he know that a man idle mind, even if a man mind is idle, he know he got to bring a hard hat. He got to bring a lunch, because it's going to be an all day job. It ain't going to be no playtime. They're going to be a warehouse setting. They're going to be a construction site. It ain't going to be fun and pretty like the play.
The reason why I like watching Book of Alpharotomy right here, he knows that women be out doing a lot of sorcery and witchcraft, and he puts dudes onto that. He puts them on, like, they be putting that root work on you. And I mean, I went further and I looked into this stuff and know about it, but he tells you that women do. There's a lot of like wicked, low vibrational women that be putting like root work on you and be doing witchcraft and stuff like that. That's why I had to learn about it, because I don't like knowing that there's women out there doing stuff, and I don't know what's going on around me. You know what I'm saying? But I like watching him, because he'll let you know, like, they be out there, they be, they try to put that work on you, man. You gotta be real careful with women nowadays, right? They be moving in silence, doing a lot of treachery,
Playground. It ain't gonna be like that. All that nice grass and them trees and flowers, it ain't gonna have that. It's gonna be all gravel. It's gonna be gravel with cement in the warehouses, whole bunch of big iron, heavy metal, baby. You're gonna have to come with it, and you're gonna get dirty. So hopefully you took a bath before you came, because you're gonna get stinky while you're here if you didn't. That's what we have to understand. And so she lives in a world where a 60-something-year-old woman can wear purple hair and be lauded for it. Oh, she's so bold.
You guys fighting all the time. You said you don't like him, so I thought you'd fight. That's it.
So I remember the words I was saying was trying to get my mom to just get him to leave, but I also wasn't able to say it clearly, because I don't even know what that word is in Vietnamese.
Yeah, okay. So we got that. We get her childhood trauma. All right, it's time for the big guns.
Surface, one of which I was right about, right? But it's a lot of new information that has come out that really sheds a lot of light on why Jeezy, ended up divorcing and leaving ultimately Jeannie Mai. See, when it comes to a lot of women of today, we don't know how to handle a real, authentic, masculine man. We don't.
She ain't never lied, okay? She ain't never lied. Now, I done watched this video about 2-3 times, so I know where to go, skip, da-da-da-da-da-da. You know what I'm saying? I done made a whole clip and went viral on TikTok off this one right here, so let's talk about it. A lot of women don't know how to handle a real man, and they're coming to the realization that there are real ones out there, and they're used to these guys that kind of bend, you know what I'm saying, just to get the box. as if it's the last box on the planet. Listen, if it's getting passed around, it ain't my box. It was my turn. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no problem with passing the hot box on. You know what I'm saying? Hot potato. Let it roll. Let it roll. But let's continue.
We're used to dealing with very weak, very noodle back, very slave-esque type of guys that will just do whatever we want them to do, that will just be bossed around.
You heard her say it, right? I ain't the only one talking that way. See? You heard what she said. Slave-esque. I've been calling women trying to be slave masters. You see? You see? You see? You know what I'm saying? These women be wanting to dominate you. They want to get in your psyche. And then they get mad when there be dudes trying to dominate them. But they'll try to dominate you. You got to take a step back, man. Take a step back.
Around, talk to any kind of way. And when we come across a man that is heavy in his masculine, we don't know how to really handle that or deal with that. And we don't understand that when it comes to real men, they're not afraid to leave you, ma'am. Real authentic men, they know and understand their value. They know and understand that they have options. They know and understand that you, ma'am, can be easily replaced. Y'all like the video, share the video, and subscribe. This is some real talk.
Hey, y'all heard her, you know what I'm saying? Y'all like the video, y'all share the video, and y'all subscribe. You know what I mean? We're getting into the meat and potatoes over here, you know? We're getting into the real. Come on.
A lot of these chicks, especially in today's time, they are used to dealing with guys that need them. They're used to dealing with guys that are not on the same level as them or better. They're not used to dealing with guys that are...
She's spilling the beans. You know what I'm saying? She's giving the tea, fellas. This is the reason why they talk to you the way that they do. They ain't ready for you. They don't know who you are. They think you one of these dudes. Yeah, see, remember I told you the other day that I had more women pursuing me, especially black women, when they could see that I was on my way up. They were calling it struggling, right? Man, they were DMing me like left and right because they could see like I got a leg up on him. Let me catch him now. You know, let me go ahead and drop this hot box on him. And then, you know, he starts talking anyway, but like, you broke. You ain't, I don't need you. Da 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 da. Now my money's probably better than theirs, right? Or at least on the same level, probably better. You know, because I don't work for nobody at all, right? They're just like, they're hitting me up, but it's not the same kind of woman that was hitting me up trying to see me, you know, as soon as she can, and you know what I'm saying, sending me the booty shots and stuff. They trying to come over here on some ladylike type stuff now. Some of them are the same women that came at me wrong in the beginning, trying to, you know, rebrand themselves. I'm like, what? You already done sent me your cheeks clapping over here, you know. I done seen you. Why are you trying to rebrand yourself? They do that stuff. They do it. They want to catch you on your way up because they want to treat you like a pookie, so they can discard you like, I ain't even mess with them. I shot them all down, waited till I got about right. Now it's like, what's up? You know, they're trying to look for a pookie so they can talk junk. Let's keep it going.
Assertive. They're not used to dealing with guys that have boundaries. They're not used to dealing with guys that actually back up and mean what they say. See, when a guy needs you to survive and thrive, and you're the one that calls the shots and is the breadwinner and all of that, they'll let you get away with a hell of a lot more.
Ladies, she putting y'all on game too. Let me fix her face.
Than a real.
She's putting y'all on game too, right? If it's a guy that needs you, your finances and your resources, this is not the kind of guy that you should be dating, right? This is a pookie. I don't care if he's a manager. I don't care. If he's needing your resources and needing you, he is not a man. Now, if that's what you want, so you can get online and make it seem like you got a good man, he's doing it. No. do what you want to do. But if you're actually trying to be happy, a kind of real man that you want don't need you for nothing. He wants you to add to his peace, but don't need you for nothing. Absolutely nothing. And that's going to turn you on. Believe it or not. I know you're like, oh, but I want to be needed. No. You feel like you're supposed to want to be needed. You know what I'm saying? Not want to be, feel like you're needed. You know, you supposed to just, somebody want you in their life, not need you. Are you crazy? Right? You got what you got to do. Really? And truthfully, y'all got to just stop, rolling around the hay. Take some time off. Let that hot box cool off for a little while, and you'll start thinking more rational. I'm telling you.
Real masculine, authentic man. Because I need her. So I better know my place. I better shut up and eat my food. But see, women like Jeannie Mai, they find out the hard way. It's a very difficult and hard lesson that a lot of these boss chicks really learn the hard way. I came across this video that was on, I believe, the Impressive channel. Shout out to the Impressive channel. And again, was somebody that was too heavily invested into the marriage? I said, yeah, I knew it. As a matter of fact, let's run the clip. I also believe that Jeannie Mai is the type of female that will involve her mother, right, into the mix of her marriage. And that also can be a huge deal breaker for a man. Jeannie Mai's mom is really heavy within their home environment, really involved within their.
I mean, sometimes, you got to flaunt your stuff whenever you make a prediction and you're right. So that's what she's doing right now. Shout out to Danica Marie for predicting, Man, look at that woman's mom, man. What in the world is she? Well, we know what she's doing. Living vicariously. I don't think it's vicariously. She's attached to the hip. Shoot. There might be some things that Jeezy ain't talking about. She might have wanted to watch. Let me stop. Let me keep it trucking. You know what I'm saying?
Family unit. And that could just be something that is an extreme turnoff for a man when, he's feeling like the third and fourth wheel within his own household. And there you have it. So when I saw this, I said, yeah, I knew it. See, I know how to peep game, okay? I didn't get this far in my own marriage for nothing, okay?
Shout out to the ladies out there that are married, holding down their marriage. Shout out to y'all. Listen, I had some lady on TikTok, some dating coach jump in my comments to the video I made, using Danica Marie's video, and she's like, she's wearing tight clothes, and guys, don't fall for that. I get what she's trying to say, but you're a man. You don't listen to anybody. You vet yourself. You go and you check out to see what information she's putting out. Check some of her videos. If she's not talking crazy, what does it matter what she's wearing? In no kind of way is she wearing anything that's showing too much. If she's just showing off her shape and she's got it, why wouldn't she? Okay? Nothing wrong with that. So, what I'm saying? Shout out to the married women.
But y'all like the video, share the video, and subscribe and
live together. Children.
Yeah, you guys, like the video, share the video, and subscribe, y'all.
Take care of their parents, so it's normal. But for Jeezy, it just felt very intrusive. He felt like he was being smothered, I'm assuming, which is why he and Jeannie began living in different places, because it's just too much to have your family around all the time. And Jeannie's family is not an
before they get started, if they're moving and living in different places, it's going to be pretty much over. And the fact that she was okay with it just so she could still live with her family goes to show where her mind was at during the relationship. Let's be real.
Easy family to deal with. Her mother is very controlling, and she lacks boundaries as well. And Jeannie and her mother don't always get along either. So I can imagine that there was a lot of bickering, and the environment just wasn't peaceful for Jeezy.
Ooh. Now there's more. There's more. But when I saw that that was actually valid, what I said in my previous video about Jeezy and Jeannie Mai and her mother probably being too heavily involved and invested into their marriage, I said, whoa, I knew it. Getting our way, having our way, and then a man tells us no. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that Jeannie Mai bit back on that. And so did her mom. Because it was like, hold on, who are you to tell me no? Who are you to tell my mother that we can't do X, Y, and Z and 1, 2, and 3? Do you know who I am? I'm a boss chick. And then when we come from these boss chicks as well, it makes it even more worse. You know, it makes it even worse.
Yeah, second, third generation boss chick, man. I mean, you're talking about a full out nuclear feminist at that point. Man. But a lot of them be like hiding. I mean, I'm telling you, man, like when you meet them and they wear that mask, you know, it slips every now and again, but they wear that mask solid. You can't really tell. You have to really like see how often they got to be around their family, how often they visit their family, the way the mother interacts with you. It's a lot, man. It's a lot.
Worse when not only you feel like you are this strong, powerful boss chick, but when your mother is the same way and she more than likely raised you to be the same exact way that she is, that just is a recipe for destruction and disaster. And again, when it comes to real authentic men, masculine men, they're not playing that. No, what you ladies are displaying is pseudo masculinity, pseudo power.
Yeah. Exactly. Y'all getting pseudo, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Y'all getting that fake, you know, getting fugazi. Y'all are not getting the real, you know, y'all think y'all know. See, y'all be getting these dudes that really don't even fight other dudes. They pull the strap out or something, right? You get these dudes that like put their hands on women. These aren't real like masculine men. And y'all be thinking, you know, you get these dudes wearing clothes tighter than you, and you're just like, yeah, you know, as long as his eyebrows are looking good and he got a couple of tats and his hairline and his lineup, I mean, is tight. That's all y'all care about, man. And you end up with this trash. Trash.
I have the real deal. I am the real deal. So if I tell you no, I don't need your mother trying to interject, telling me, you know, no, you're going to do whatever my daughter wants. No. Both of y'all.
That's so crazy because when I left my ex, when she went on that 36-day mid-marriage vacation, you know, having threesomes and God knows what else, when she tried to come back, I left. She had her mother call me, right? And her mother was like, okay, David, go back home. You know, you've had enough fun. They thought I was playing a game, y'all. They thought I was just going, packed everything in the back of my truck and left like it was a game or something. No, it's done. I don't know what y'all... But the mother's so involved. The mother probably told her while she was up there cheating and stuff, we'll talk him in. He ain't gonna go nowhere. Just do what you want to do. Completely setting that person up. You know, and freeing me, though. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to her.
Will get checked. And if it continues, you will get left.
Left.
Y'all like the video, share the video, and subscribe to some real talk.
Hey, y'all like the video, share the video, and subscribe. You heard what she said, y'all. Come on now. Help a brother out. You know, don't be a hater. Like the video, share the video, and subscribe. I like that.
A real man will leave you.
Quick, fast, and hurry.
They're not going to go back and forth with you. They're not going to argue with you. They're not going to beg with you. They're not going to plead with you.
Nope.
You will get a warning at best.
At best,
maybe. And if it's no changed behavior, they're out.
Like a thief in the night.
Y'all not used to that. Y'all not used to that.
Get used to it.
Again, it's a very tough and hard lesson that women learn. You can play that with him because he needs you. I don't. Yeah. When a real masculine man has you to be a part of his life, it is because he wants you there.
Yeah.
Again, it's a privilege. It's an honor for you to be
yeah.
there. He found it suitable for whatever reason to have you to be a part of his universe.
Yeah.
Maybe you made life more enjoyable for him. Maybe you made life a little bit more easier for him. But by no means does he need you to survive and thrive, man.
She's dropping bars.
So the moment that you get out of pocket,
tell him.
You can go.
Man.
The moment that you start getting out of hand in my pockets, you can go. You and your mom.
Arriva Dirty.
See, when it comes to women, we're so used to having our way. My mama can have something to say. My brother can have something to say. My daddy, my sister can have something to say. Everybody gets a piece of this.
Yeah. Everybody in a relationship.
If they all want to go in on you,
she's talking fact. I literally, when I was dating my ex, like I broke up with her one time or something like that. You know, whatever, right? She had her entire family sending me a group chat. Like everybody jumped in. The sister, the mom, the friend, the sister's fiance, and the dad. And I still destroyed them. Man. But that's what they'll do, man. She's speaking facts. She know about these crazy people. She know about them.
We all want to jump you. That's what it's going to be.
Still got their butt whooped, you know, through text.
Real, masculine, authentic men, nah. They will leave all of y'all right where you stand. Won't think twice about it.
Cook them up first.
Let's continue. And again, y'all like the video, share the video, and subscribe.
This woman know what she doing. Hey, y'all like the video, share the video, and subscribe. Come on now, don't be a hater. You know, some good content. We cooking. You know what I mean? Let's keep it trucking.
This is another reason why a real masculine man will leave you. Let's continue.
Also, they had disagreements in how they would raise their daughter. It was said that Jeannie would walk their daughter to school, and Jeezy didn't like that because he felt like it wasn't safe and people would find out where they lived. So he had real concerns about that.
First of all, before she even gets started with this, now this is where the protection comes into play, and this is the man's job. What? Y'all are celebrities, man. What is she doing? We know it's an op, right? What is she doing putting her child and her life on the line for a photo op to take her kid to... Do you see what I'm saying? She want to literally wear the pants in the relationship. See, it's women take, you know, your quietness and your kindness for a weakness, and they think they can do whatever. And then this happens. You walk away, and they're like, I don't understand what happened. What I do? I don't get it. What I do? Man, I've been telling you over and over, you don't want to listen. You just want to start crying, turning on the waterworks, thinking that's going to work with me, and it don't. And I keep telling you it's not going to work, and I'm telling you what you need to do, and you're sitting here doing the same thing, and then you're on your phone, and you're talking to your family, and your side, all these other people I don't even know who you're talking to, but somebody ain't telling you the right thing, man. I'm about to go. I ain't playing with you about this. And they play around with it, think they can throw some woo on you, da-da-da-da-da-da. You know what I'm saying? And it don't matter. You know, it ain't good enough. So it's like, all right, you know what? I done told you enough. I'm out.
Jeannie didn't respect those wishes.
Let's pause.
And what I'm telling you right now, as far as disrespect goes, when a man is like, nah, I don't think you need to move that way, or I don't think we need to go here, that's his natural instinct telling us there's danger around while y'all living in your little bubble, right? See, I don't have any problems out here, and I live in the middle of the woods, on top of a mountain, you know, and, you know, hillbilly country, possibly. I'm not saying everybody around me is. I'm just saying, right? I'm very observant, and I make sure my videos, I say certain things when I'm outside so they know I'm observant. If a woman, it wouldn't be the same. That's what we're good at, like knowing danger, seeing it or whatever, and y'all just go against that for whatever reason. That's definitely like, okay, you're going to put us all in danger. Just like cheating, right? When y'all decide to cheat knowing that y'all are a vessel, look, I'm not saying every dude does, you know, but when I was like younger and I was cheating, I was vetting the crap out of those women, man. I really was. Y'all don't vet nobody. It's whatever dude's saying whatever nice, got the right clothes on, and then y'all over here being a whole vessel, and then you're taking that in and you recklessly bringing it home to your. It's liability time when you don't listen to your man as far as protection goes.
Now, not only did Jeannie Mai have her mother heavily invested into her relationship, probably bossing her man around, trying to tell him what, he needs to do and all of that. But on top of that, he left because she made it difficult for him, as the masculine man that he is, to protect his family. That is another key reason why a real man will leave you. If you get in the way of him being able to effectively make sure that his home is secured, his children are secured, and you as his woman is secured, he will leave you, ma'am.
I'm telling you right now, this woman right here, she got all the secrets, man. I'm telling you, we got it. Y'all notice how I protect my peace? I don't even barely let y'all see my house. Look at my videos. You think that's by accident? I'm always making sure you can't even catch it in the angles. Sometimes I slip up a little bit, but no one's going to know where I live at. No one's going to be able to pop up over here. This is my son and my sanctuary. People drive by here, it's 25 miles an hour, darting down here through 45. I've been on Snap or TikTok lives where I've just, yelled at the people riding up the road. Hey, come the angry old guy. I don't care what you call me, but don't fly down through here. Kids play on the road, man, or next to the road. You know what I'm saying? It's 25, not 45. I like my sanctuary and my privacy and my peace. And what narcs do, especially narcissistic women, they see that you're in your peace and you're always in your frame. So it's really sinister, you know what I'm saying, and sadistic. But they find different ways to consistently push you outside of your comfort zone and your frame. So, like my ex was inviting all these different dogs for the dogs, and then they weren't neutered. So, and then only whenever I wasn't around, these dogs was getting into dog fights with each other. Like I go to the bathroom to get in a dog fight, which caused trauma on me because every time I want to go to the bathroom, I feel like, what I'm saying, there's going to be a dog fight, or I go take a shower, there's going to be a dog fight. You know what I mean? Like she would do these stupid little things that would consistently throw me off and mess up my peace. And especially being a Sigma, being an empath, I really need my peace in my home. I can operate at a high capacity if I have peace. If you take that from me, you have me but see, I'm, Army trained. So I know when I fall into fight or flight, how to fight my way out. You know what I'm saying? I was in the Army, then worked for the White House, so I'm real smooth with it. But I know, when I started training, she was like, why are you working out all the time? I'm like, I'm preparing for war. What you mean? Da, 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 da. I'm preparing for war. I didn't know what was going to happen. I know I was going to move everything myself, and I just started working out. Something told me, work out like your life depends on it, right? That's something told me in me, work out like your life depends on it. I started doing it in 2021. You know what I'm saying? Been a long, long trip. Hey, what's going on, Cherry B? How you doing? You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Cherry B. Shout out to Reggie, D-Man, Fendi, Elrie, and everyone that is joining me right now. You guys do me a favor, hit the like button, share the live. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you joining me. Let's keep it trucking.
Because you are a hazard. You are now a danger. And so you cannot be out here as women talking about you want a man to protect you, yet you are the reason why he can't. You're going against everything that he is trying to set in motion to make sure that you all are safe, yet you want him to protect you. How? When you're the problem.
Cherry B, I love storms. Let me make sure I get Miss Danica Marie right. There we go. Got to make sure ladies looking right. But, I love the rain. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what it is. I love all forms of nature. You know what I'm saying? A good thunderstorm. I put that on to go to sleep too. You know what I'm saying? I'm just weird like that. So enjoy that thunderstorm. You know what I mean? Let's keep it trucking.
Again, a real man will leave you if you make his job hard as far as doing what he is supposed to do. which is to protect you.
I think my phone
Now,
died.
let me say this.
Hang on, y'all. Let's see what's going on here. I'm gonna have to call it short. Y'all, we're gonna rock out for a few more minutes, but my phone died, which is crazy. It had like 75% when I started. So we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up. I appreciate you guys for joining me. We will make a part 2 to this. So let me charge my phone up, get on TikTok, and then I'll probably jump back on here later on tonight. Yeah, and it's dead. It is dead. Which I could still rock, Miss Danica Marie, but I like to have myself in the
And
commentary
y'all like
section.
the video. It's one thing for you to be out here on this strong end.
I'm going to pause it right here. Where we at? We'll definitely make a part 2, 12 minutes in. I want to jump to the end real quick, what she said.
And will leave you. They have options. They know their value. They know their worth. They know and understand what they bring to your life. And so if I'm going to be expected to make your life better and easier, if I'm going to be expected to provide for you, take care of you and our children, all of that, I'm going to need you, ma'am, to make that easy for me to be able to execute upon. And
okay,
I cannot.
Basically what she's saying is, if you want to have a good relationship with a real man, you're going to have to let a man lead, protect, and provide. You cannot be backdooring him. You cannot be trying to undermine him. You cannot be running to your family and friends and telling them all of the business. Okay? But we're going to make it part 2. I'm going to get off of here, let my phone charge. I'm going to jump on TikTok for a little while. I'm not going to lie to you. But I might jump back on here later on tonight. Not sure. I want to make sure I get the part 2 out. It'll probably be the part 2, probably be just like an hour or less or something like that. Maybe even just 20 minutes. But we had a lot of technical difficulties on this one. Sorry about that, y'all. It's been a little while. But the next one will be even better. It is what it is. I appreciate y'all joining me. I appreciate everybody that has joined the live. Hit the like button. Share the live. I appreciate you guys. Be back on here. I ain't gonna lie to you. I might not make it tonight. But, we'll do it again, tomorrow and finish up the second part. Definitely join me on TikTok. Have a good time. Appreciate y'all. Love